Hello there. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful website to grow your brand. This fundamentally changes Obi-Wan. He sees what hatred has done. He sees what bitterness has done.
You were my brother, Anakin!
And yet he never falls. He has perfect moral character, but very imperfect judgment.
He will not let me down.
It's one of the reasons I find him so relatable. He is trying to do the right thing, he still gets it wrong.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
Obi-Wan consistently, through loss and tragedy and pain, chooses his inner moral compass to turn towards the light.
He is not just any Jedi.
So this is where we start to get into the moral dilemmas that I have with Obi-Wan.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. This is...
Alan C. Wright Kenobi.
What?
Yes, okay.
I'm a filmmaker guy, and I love Star Wars.
Fine, then I am Jon Binks. And today, thankfully, we're not talking about Jar Jar, we're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
Although let us know if you want a psychology of a hero for Jar Jar Binks, because we will do.
You shut up! I'm so scared right now, you shut up!
But we're going to be focusing on a couple things. First of all, he has perfect moral character and very imperfect judgment. Also, Obi-Wan suffers arguably more loss than anybody in the Star Wars universe, and he never falls. He is always true to his moral center. So how can we hold on to ours when things get dark and difficult? These are some of the things we're going to be exploring. Also, we're going to be gazing upon the lovely face of Ewan McGregor quite a bit.
You were my brother, Anakin!
Oh, he's so hot and so miserable.
Let's do this. Obi-Wan here, going to be leading with aggression and anger, even though he knows he's not supposed to.
Yeah, whoopsie, dark side a little bit.
But also, I know
He's dark side curious.
you're not crazy about the prequels, but come on.
Oh, dude, the fights are great, especially this one.
I really feel like this is up there with some of the best swordplay ever put on screen.
For sure. I mean, is it like high quality actual sword fighting? No. Does it kick ass? Yes.
Absolutely. But because Obi-Wan's coming in hot-headed, he's not following the teachings, he's not following the Jedi way. Boom, that happens.
Oh, ruh-roh.
Temporarily finds himself in a pickle. In a bit of a conundrum, folks.
A quandary? A conundrum? A pickle?
Why? Because here he's young, he's passionate, and he leads with emotion.
Right.
And it almost costs him his life. And we're going to see him pivot from this. I mean, of course, he's going to do his awesome little jump up thing.
Yeah, good thing he had the high ground.
It's not a plot hole. Maul simply didn't know about the high ground.
Maul's real dumb, guys.
Oh, gee, oh my God. I gotta get that transfer to Coruscant.
Movie Maul is, but you get him in like the Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff, and suddenly he's like Shakespearean.
Justice is merely the construct of the current power base. A base which, according to my calculations, is about to change.
But Obi-Wan suffers his first big loss here.
Sure.
His mentor, his father figure, his friend Qui-Gon Jinn dies in his arms, asks him to take care of the boy. And Obi-Wan is not ready, but he does believe that it's the right thing to do. And so he's going to follow through.
Agree with your taking this boy as your Padawan learner? I do not.
Qui-Gon believed in him.
The chosen one the boy may be. Nevertheless,
I do miss Puppet Yoda.
grave danger I fear in his
But not this Puppet Yoda. Not
This
Phantom.
Puppet Yoda was not great.
I gave Qui-Gon my word. I will train Anakin. Without the approval of the Council, if I must.
Qui-Gon's defiance I sense in you. Need that you do not. Agree with you the Council does. Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be.
So, Obi-Wan, a lot of backbone.
Sure.
Freaking standing up to Yoda for what he believes is right. It's defiance, as Yoda rightly points out, but it's defiance in pursuit of what he believes is right, and also, importantly, to keep his word.
Correct.
And this is the first major example we see of what I'm talking about, which is Obi-Wan's unquestionable moral character and his highly questionable judgment.
He will not let me down. He never has.
You know all them is crooked as a barrel of snakes,
Have you seen our Cinema Therapy website?
It was so easy to build and customize our site using Squarespace.
We found a template that worked really well as a starting point for us.
From one of the many professionally designed templates Squarespace offers.
And then it was so easy to customize.
Easier than leaving Anakin to die.
Whoa!
With intuitive drag and drop editing.
And awesome visual designs.
As awesome as claiming and using the high ground.
Squarespace Domains also makes it easy. Dang it, Jono. To find the best site name for your business at one all-inclusive price.
No hidden fees or add-ons required.
And every Squarespace domain comes with advanced privacy and security tools.
Your site will even be safe from a Sith Lord.
I don't think they regularly attack websites, buddy. But sure, Squarespace SEO tools will also help you get discovered fast.
Fast as a pod racer at the Boonta Eve Classic. I'm so proud of you, Alan. You've brought hope to those who have none.
Every website is optimized to be indexed with an auto-generated sitemap, meta descriptions, and so much more.
He's more machine now than man. Twisted and evil.
But your website won't be.
So your site will show up more on search engines and reach more of your ideal audience and customers.
So whether you need to build a website for your buddy Dexter Jetster's shiny Space 50s diner,
or tutorials to make sure the negotiations were short,
or your droid shopping site, Jawa Marketplace, where you can find the droids you're looking for,
Squarespace will work for you.
And you won't have to spend months building a website.
Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to kick it into hyperspace,
go to squarespace.com/cinematherapy and use code cinematherapy to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain or a lightsaber.
Wow.
They don't have those.
He's been warned that Anakin's gonna be problematic.
Sure.
They can all sense it. In fact, he warns Qui-Gon.
The boy is dangerous. They all sense it. Why can't you?
Obi-Wan knows better, but he's also gonna honor Qui-Gon's wishes.
I don't need more security, I need answers. I want to know who's trying to kill me.
Anakin needs a father, and Obi-Wan at best I can do is an uncle.
Older brother.
Yeah.
I promise you.
We will not exceed our mandate, my young Padawan learner.
I meant it in the interest of protecting her, Master, of course.
We will not go through this exercise again, Anakin. And you will pay attention to my lead.
Why?
What?
That's right.
Why
You sit
else
there and
do
shut
think
up, Jar
we're
Jar.
just who are not find the killer? Protection is a job for local security, not Jedi. It's overkill, Master. Investigation is implied in our mandate.
We will do exactly as the Council has instructed. And you will learn your place, young one.
We've got a whole episode on Anakin and how headstrong he is that you can watch right here. But we're talking mostly about Obi-Wan. He's out of his depth.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
Which is why he's reverted back to dogmatic obedience to the Jedi Order.
Right.
Before, he was willing to defy Yoda, but like a lot of people who are kind of young and passionate and willing to throw out the rules when it's just them, the moment they're responsible for somebody else, the moment there's like a stewardship as a parent or a mentor, they lean into structure hoping that it will give them guidance.
Yeah, that's true. And look, for as many problems as I have with the prequels, I would say Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi is not one of them.
Right.
Ewan McGregor is a bright spot in those films. Honestly, in my opinion, probably the second best sort of thing in the entire trilogy, aside from John Williams' music.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's lots of great stuff in the Star Wars prequels, don't get me wrong. But Ewan McGregor is consistently taking some, frankly, not great lines and really making a meal out of them. In a scene where Natalie Portman, at best, we cut to her and she looks bored.
He's bored or confused.
Bored or confused? Like, what she looks like is that George Lucas gave her no direction. He was like, react to what they're saying. Well, I can look from one to the other.
Then she tries something and he's like, react less.
Less.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
9/10 of what we get out of the Obi-Wan Anakin relationship is coming from Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that Hayden Christensen is a bad actor. He's not. He's not very good in these movies.
Yeah.
But Ewan McGregor is top-notch.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Whether or not Ewan McGregor spoke a lot with George Lucas or just did a lot of work on his own, he clearly has a handle on who this character is at this stage in his life.
He has built an entire person, and he is playing that entire person in every single scene.
Yeah, and that's why it works.
Your noble flaw is a weakness shared by you and your Duchess. You should have chosen the dark side, Master Jedi. Your emotions betray you. Your fear and yes, your anger.
Yeah.
Let your anger deepen.
You could see it in Obi-Wan's face.
Sure.
It's not the absence of these things that defines him.
You can kill me, but you will never destroy me. It takes strength to resist the dark side. Only the weak embrace it.
It is more powerful than you know.
And those who oppose it are more powerful than you'll ever be.
I never planned on killing you, but I will make you share my pain, Kenobi.
Obi-Wan says something really powerful here. He talks about those who give in to the dark side are weak because they never really resist it.
Sure.
And those who resist it, they have great strength and power.
Look, the dark side is quicker, easier, more seductive. Ooh. There's a reason they put those lines in Yoda's mouth. His beautiful little sock puppet mouth. Because they're accurate. Choosing the easy path is often not the right path.
Yeah.
But it is easy.
Yeah. And this is a big part of what therapy is. It's helping us choose the light. Because all of us have in our natures selfishness and violence and vengeance and cruelty and apathy and disconnection.
Sure.
And sacrificing our integrity. And we all have the capability for compassion and decency and integrity and morality.
And together, we will destroy the Sith.
I will never join you, Dooku.
And it's inescapable that we have healthier relationships and happier lives overall when we gravitate towards the light.
Sure.
Because the whole reason is the whole dark side aspect is we choose things that hurt us and hurt other people, and it takes strength. And Obi-Wan consistently, through loss and tragedy and pain, chooses his inner moral compass, chooses the light, which is what makes it so devastating when Anakin doesn't do the same.
Oh, good. Let's watch more. I love his eyes turning red in that shot.
It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
So, speaking of on-the-nose dialogue that is elevated by the sheer emotion that the actor brings to it. Because it's just descriptive.
He's just saying what is happening.
But he says it,
He's just saying what is feeling. It actually works right here, and I honestly think Hayden Christensen did a great job with that line.
Yeah, I agree.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
And this is totally unearned, and I'm still tearing up.
I don't think it's totally unearned.
It's mostly unearned. It's not very good.
I think this scene works better than a lot of the other scenes, and I also think this is a time when these characters would actually be saying these things.
Correct.
Did Obi-Wan do the right thing in basically leaving Anakin there to die?
So this is where we start to get into the moral dilemmas that I have with Obi-Wan, right?
And this is also where I might walk back slightly on the unquestionable moral character.
His moral character is good. He is doing what he thinks is right.
Yeah.
Based on the information that he has.
Now, Lord Vader, go and bring peace to the Empire.
I can't watch anymore.
Destroy the Sith. We must.
This guy has turned evil. He just massacred a bunch of kids.
Right.
Like, yeah, dude probably deserves to die.
I don't think Obi-Wan can bring himself to actually do it.
Yeah, he can't do it, but he's like, oh, I'm just going to leave you here in the lava. Like, we'll let nature take its course.
Wait. I'm literally just cooking to death. Please, just kill me.
That's not the high ground way. I mean, the Jedi way. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying I've beaten you, and I'm on the high ground, so. High ground.
Point is, I think it works. It's all of a piece with who Obi-Wan is and the moral fiber that he has. Like, he is strong. He is trying to do the right thing based on the information that he has. The only issues I have with Obi-Wan is he frequently, and this is true throughout the series, he acts without as much information as he could get.
Yeah.
And he is so morally upright that he sometimes like breezes past potentially morally questionable options that might lead to better outcomes.
Correct, yeah. He has unquestionable moral character, but questionable judgment. And this moment clearly haunts him for years.
Yeah.
Because when he finally comes face to face with Anakin again, he is overwhelmed with grief, not just for this moment, but for his entire career as a mentor and the job that he did.
Yeah.
Anakin's gone. I am what remains.
I like how his voice switches from Anakin to Vader.
Yeah, really, really good sound design there.
And Ewan McGregor, I mean, his face, he's so good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anakin. For all of it.
So there are a lot of great on-screen...
I'm not your failure, Obi-Wan.
A lot of great on-screen criers. Ewan McGregor's in my top 10.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
Oof. That delivery is so good.
Yeah. It's chilling.
Okay. And
then this...
Same way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Destroy you.
I just want to talk about a technical detail. I'll wait until after the clip. This is...
Then my friend is truly dead.
In addition to that being a great performance from both actors, both of them, but especially Ewan McGregor, get to do a bunch of technical stuff right in the middle of it. Like they're having this big emotional conversation.
Yeah.
And they also have to light themselves.
With their lightsabers.
With their lightsabers. I'd be really curious to find out, was that directed? Did they just point the camera at him like, okay, you're holding your lightsaber, you know, I can put it there and I can put it there. And the fact that they're able to do it while also authentically delivering gut-wrenching performances, this is why they're movie stars.
Yeah. With Obi-Wan, I would advise him, just like any of you watching, if there's someone you love, but they've yielded to their darker nature like we've been talking about, you can still love them while drawing firm boundaries. You can still love them while protecting yourself and even opposing them if you have to.
Sure.
You don't ever need to extend trust or let them back into your life unless they choose to make amends and make changes. And even then, you're not obligated to do so.
Right.
That is the focus of the work that I would do with Obi-Wan, but also helping him to release his guilt. This fundamentally changes Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan was a character who loved the Jedi Order, but the Jedi Order went from peacekeepers to generals and literally warriors, but engaging in warfare. But he sees what hatred has done. He sees what bitterness has done. It has destroyed his best friend. And so not only has Obi-Wan never yielded to the dark side, but now he goes fully into a pacifist monk.
Yeah.
He goes fully into this place where, yes, he will use the Force for defense, absolutely.
He'll chop a wolf guy's arm off.
Right. But there is no hatred or anger or aggression or nastiness in this man anymore. He simply tries to keep the peace.
Look what has become of you. A rat in the desert.
Look what I have risen above.
So this is from Star Wars Rebels, for those who don't know.
Perhaps it's
and obviously we're closer to A New Hope at this point.
Festering in your squalor.
If you define yourself by your power to take life, your desire to dominate, to possess, then you have nothing.
But notice his focus. He's looking for diplomacy and maybe even interpersonal healing with Darth Maul, who he has every reason to hate, and Darth Maul certainly hates him.
Why?
Festering in squalor? I saw Obi-Wan's dome house. It was pretty sweet.
To hide.
I'd happily live there.
Oh, you have a purpose here. Perhaps you are protecting something. No. Protecting someone.
But Obi-Wan's whole thing here is, look what I've risen above. And he's still trying to reach... This is a character who, at this point, earlier Darth Maul was trying to recruit him to the dark side.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think Obi-Wan believes that Darth Maul is going to come fully to the light and become a Jedi or whatever, but anything he can do to pull people back from the darkness because he has seen what it does. Obi-Wan has every reason just to destroy this guy, and he doesn't ignite his saber until
there's a threat to someone that he's trying to protect.
Specifically Luke, though Maul doesn't know it yet. It's a
I
great
need to watch Rebels, I guess. This seems like it's good.
And then
oh snap. It's just a samurai fight.
Yeah. But also compare that to their first fight, just how quickly it's over. And then I love this bit right here.
Tell me, is it the chosen one?
He is. He will avenge us.
And I think it's so beautiful that Obi-Wan is legitimately sad.
Yeah.
That Darth Maul is still just thinking of revenge. You know, is this whoever you're protecting? So it's Luke. Is he the chosen one? And Obi-Wan says, yes, he is. And Obi-Wan sees Luke as the one to fulfill the prophecy and to bring harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And Maul's just like, the Emperor's responsible for all of this, you know? So whoever you're protecting, he will avenge us. And I love just how Obi-Wan plays it so tenderly and compassionately. This is a kill he didn't want to make. This is not something he enjoyed. He's not relishing the revenge of it. This is, I literally did what I had to do because protecting Luke is my charge.
Sure.
But he holds his enemy with such tenderness and compassion, and you can see him mourn that Maul doesn't get it, that he's still fixated on revenge. I think this is such a brilliant piece of writing for Obi-Wan that provides strong connective tissue between the prequels and A New Hope.
He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damn fool idealistic crusade like your father did.
Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while. Sure, go ahead.
He's such a foppish dandy.
I love C-3PO.
Father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon, but a more civilized age.
Luke's eyes are red.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights
do you know why?
of peace and justice in the Old Republic.
The original lightsabers were retro-reflective, so it's just reflecting light into his eyes.
Empire.
They changed it for Empire Strikes Back.
How did my father die?
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father. Now the Jedi are all but extinct. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
And we've said this before on the show, but if someone that you have a stewardship over, if you're a parent or a mentor, if they're old enough to ask, they're old enough to have the truth.
Yep.
And does Obi-Wan give Luke the truth here? Debatable.
From a certain point of view.
Point of view?
Point of view! And I'm not the only Jedi who's screwing with you.
Yes, Yoda, not you!
This is the channel you're looking for. But you're missing episodes. If you haven't subscribed, click the bell and turn notifications to all. Do it now.
Like and leave a comment.
It is true, but also he's deliberately withholding information.
Correct.
And that is yet another example of, and I don't keep bringing this point up to dump on Obi-Wan, quite the opposite. It's one of the reasons I love him and find him so relatable. That he is constantly trying to do the right thing and screwing it up.
His abilities have made him, well, arrogant.
Yes, too sure of themselves they are. Even the older, more experienced ones.
It's because Luke doesn't have all the information that he goes in half-cocked in Empire Strikes Back and almost gets himself killed.
Right.
And there's an art to giving people the truth and the information at the level they're ready for. And you're never going to get it perfect. You'll exercise your best judgment. Sometimes you'll screw it up. I think we can both relate to this as parents. Your kids ask questions. You try and give them straight answers. And later they're like, why didn't you tell me about this part of it? And you're like, oh,
'cause you were 6?
And you're not always going to get it right. And that's the beauty of Obi-Wan. He always holds to his moral compass, and he never falls and yields to his darker nature. That doesn't make him perfect.
Right.
He still gets it wrong.
You told me Vader betrayed and murdered my father.
Your father was seduced by the dark side of the Force. He ceased to be Anakin Skywalker and became Darth Vader. When that happened, the good man who was your father was destroyed. So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Luke, you're going to find that many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
It's ironic that he warned Anakin about politicians, because he could have been a great
Could have
politician.
been a great politician.
When I first knew him, your father was already a great pilot, but I was amazed how strongly the Force was with him. I took it upon myself to train him as a Jedi. I thought that I could
And see, at this point, he's divulging all this because it's the last film in the trilogy. It's time for all the cards to be on the table. But also,
He's more machine now than man.
he didn't trust Luke to know everything.
I can't do it, Ben.
And this is a consistent flaw.
You must face Darth Vader again.
I can't kill my own father.
Then the Emperor has already won.
He doesn't trust Luke with the information, just like he consistently doesn't trust Anakin. And look, there's understandable reasons for in both of those cases.
Oh, I wouldn't trust Anakin with basically anything.
Oh, this is going to be easy.
This is where the fun begins.
What have I done? Oh, dear.
But the solution is preparation.
Right.
It's not control. And time again, he elicits rebellion from the people he's mentoring because he's trying to control them and steer them towards the outcome that he wants.
He went completely the other way. Once again, you've proved...
If you'll excuse me. I hate it when he does that.
But at the same time, he gives them the tools they need to succeed.
Right.
Anakin becomes a great Jedi because of Obi-Wan's guidance. Luke becomes a great Jedi because of Obi-Wan's guidance, and Yoda's, obviously.
Sure.
He is uneven. He's an inconsistent mentor. He's too harsh with Anakin. Thankfully, by the time he gets to Luke, he at least learned from that. And he's at least warm and paternal with Luke because he saw how bad that went last time. But he gets it wrong time and time and time again. And yet he consistently, no matter how much he loses, no matter how much he grieves, no matter how much devastation occurs, he consistently chooses to turn towards the light. And what speaks to me, how can we do the same thing, is to detach ourselves from outcomes.
Right.
If Obi-Wan's goodness were dependent on outcomes, he would have abandoned goodness a long time ago.
Yeah, because it's not working.
Yeah, but he recognizes the galaxy's a messed up place, and if you turn towards the darkness and you do the wrong thing, it's going to make things even worse.
We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you. Always.
But just because things don't go the way you hope doesn't mean that living a moral life is fruitless. And that, to me, is the lesson of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, without a doubt, the best character across all of Star Wars. The most consistently compelling and interesting character across all of Star Wars is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's great. He is a great person to try to model your life after, having applied what Jono just said about maybe there's a couple of tweaks. Little ones.
And the advice that I would give Obi-Wan is to trust more the people underneath him, quote unquote, the people that he has a stewardship over, the people who are younger. And by trust more, I don't mean just let them do whatever they want, but ask for their input, give them all the information, and seek solutions together.
Yeah.
And if he had just done that, the younglings might not have died.
And maybe he wouldn't have had to commit suicide by Darth in a hallway.
Obi-Wan!
Boy, you got here just in time.
So until next time...
We sent the message as you requested, Master, and we came to rescue you.
Good job.
And watch movies.
I am physically tied up. Somebody please cut me down.
Special thank you and shout out to our patrons, folks who get longer, extended director's cuts, commercial-free before they drop on YouTube. People like
Ashley Ferrante,
Malfunctioning NPC,
Floor R,
LTC,
Bibaz 8503.
You saved my again.
What's this?
A local.